Culleton says there was no consultation, that policy decisions were made in the morning media. Is that us,
Well, that's
Pauline?
fair. That's fair enough.
That is completely incorrect, and it's not true. The truth is that every morning that we are at Parliament House, we have a meeting with all the senators and their staffers. And not just one or two, we have a room full of people. We actually discuss what's coming up in legislation that day. We have a briefing because our advisors actually get the briefing, or information that I've gathered over the last 20 years, which I add to the meeting. So we are all briefed on it, which way we're going to go with that legislation. Rod never turned up. If he did, it was about 90 to 95% of the time he turned up, or his staff might turn up a couple of times. He wasn't interested. He was too busy running around the place doing his own media, or actually going to other meetings and dealing with these legal proceedings. So he was not involved in the whole process, or he was always late.
Okay.
I was always saying, where was Rod?
So you're saying he was incompetent, basically?
Look, he was not there working with us as a team. Now, the others can back it up. Look, Koshi, everything that I've ever done, you may not always agree with what I say, but I've always been upfront, truthful and honest. Rod was a pain in my backside, to tell you the truth. I'm glad to see the back of him. And why this came about was weeks ago when we learned about Section 44 of the Australian Constitution. I rang him up and I said, Rod, this is no good. He said, will you give me the money? I said, Rod, this could cost $1 million. And he said, will you back me? I said, no. I said, no. That's party's money. And he said, right, he said, do you want me to resign? I said, yes. Now, to say that I've asked him to resign is not true. He asked me, do you want me to resign? Previously, with all his legal cases, he said to me then, do you want me to resign? I said, no, Rod, we'll see you through this. I'll stick by you. This time, I said yes, because I believe that he did not comply with Section 44, Section 2 of the Australian Constitution. So up until yesterday, he's been asking for money, even through Brian Burston. He hasn't got the guts to ring me, but he's been wanting the party's money. Now, I've just passed legislation in the House under the ROCS Bill, the Registered Organisations Bill, that clamps down on organisations giving membership money out. I can't do it. And that's what he's angry about, because he's going to court today for bankruptcy. Okay. So he's trying to get the money for that.